A little bit about county cricket now. Mark, Surrey have had a trying week. They've had to relieve Chris Adams and Ian Salisbury of their jobs. It's unusual that happens in the middle of a season.
Very unusual, and I think the fact that it has happened in mid-season tells you that it's been a sort of a situation bubbling under for a while. I mean, personally, I wonder what would have happened at Surrey had the events of last year not happened, and I'm obviously referring to the Tom Maynard events. I think there's been an element at Surrey, that, both in terms of supporters, members, and probably even at the higher level, that Adams has never really been accepted at Surrey. So I think that there has been an issue of his personality and who he is. I think there's also been an issue of culture there. And I think the final nail in Chris's coffin came this summer with Graham Smith having to go home. And I think that sort of left him exposed. And as I say, I just feel that it's been some time coming, this, and that's why the club made the decision that they did this last week.
Mike Atherton's comment piece in the Times on Thursday was entitled "Taking Care of Business is the Name of the Game," and he's basically highlighting the fact that more and more people are becoming allied to cricket teams now in management and psychologists, etc., and layers and layers and layers of management are added. And there's now an understandable demand, he says, for top-class performance on and off the field. Cricket is becoming more of a business.
There's a lot more money involved. There's a lot more money washing around the county game. So there's a lot of pressure on coaches to get results. Promotion and relegation, 2 divisions obviously made a big difference. I mean, Surrey in the old days would be, what, 6th, 7th in the table, and wouldn't really be seen so too much of a disaster. But now they're looking at relegation and being in Division 2, and that's not a place that Surrey want to be. So that has made a huge difference. And it's also the pressure that comes with being a director of cricket, being a manager. That's kind of a role that's evolved in cricket in the last few years. We saw David Capel losing his job halfway through the season last summer. We saw John Morris, I think that was a year before. So it is becoming more of a trend that the coaches lose their jobs if things don't go well straight away. And also, they seem to be making a decision before the 2020 Cup happens. I don't know whether that's a reason as well, that it's important to get in the final, get in the Champions League.
2020 starts.
Well, I wonder sometimes, you know, the wise men who make these decisions, wise women perhaps as well, who knows, how much more they know about running that team than Adams, for instance, or what his replacement will do better. I mean, it's been such a factor in football for so long that, you know, half a dozen games or so, you get near the relegation zone, you're out, and you think, yeah, OK, well, but why? You know, and I just wonder about the wisdom sometimes of chopping and changing. Alex Ferguson survived at Old Trafford for so long because he kept his teams together. You know, the thirst for sacking is extraordinary. Any time someone comes under pressure, we get press releases from bookmakers, you know, on the odds on so-and-so going. Yeah. Well, you know, it might get to that in cricket now, which would be a terrible shame.
It's not as though Adams hasn't had success. I mean, they won a trophy.
Yeah. 2011.
You could argue, and I'm sure he would argue, that had the Tom Maynard situation not happened, they may well have won a one-day trophy last season. I think, you know, I mean, looking at it from outside, you could say Chris has done a good job at Surrey. They were in a pretty pickle when he joined them, and that's only 4.5 years ago. It's not that long. But I think what you're saying is absolutely right. I think cricket, first-class cricket now, county cricket, is becoming more like football, more like rugby. And I think cricket needs to make a decision very soon. In this country, we've got 18 first-class counties. They're called first-class counties. But I think we are very close to having a situation now where we've got 9 first-class counties and 9 second-class counties. And cricket needs to make a decision about whether English cricket needs and wants 18 first-class counties into the future or not. Because I think we're going to get more and more of these situations. As Nick says, you know, you're 6th or 7th in the country, and the pressure's on you for going down to the Division 2. I mean, it's crazy.
ECB have very clearly stated that they want 18 first-class counties, haven't they?
If that's the case, then we need to have 18 first-class counties playing for the county championship title each season.
But have we ever had that? Have we ever had 18 first-class counties that are in with a chance of winning the championship?
We've had 18 first-class counties that start in April from the starting gate and they can win the championship, and now we only got 9.
They have the opportunity because that was the makeup of the tournament, but did they actually ever have the real chance of winning the championship?
Possibly not, but we've had...
But at least by having 2 divisions, there's always a chance of winning some sort of silverware, winning promotion, getting into the first division.
This debate will or can and will run and run about first-class counties.